Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today on Tamper with the Plan. Okay, in this video, I have been thinking about 2026. I am setting up this planner for December so that it'll be easy to use if I need it. And because I'm kind of wanting to decide for sure if I'm using mini or regular in 2026, I just think the mini is cute and fun, so I want to try it. Okay, and this is crazy talk because I have been a big planner gal like for forever since well, not when I was younger. When I was younger in my teens, I had this cute little mini planner. Not this one, but a cute little mini planner. So yeah, we're gonna go back to that. And that's what we're gonna set up today is the point. So I'm not gonna take all this stuff off the rings, even if I wanted to change the rings. There's way too much on there. So I'm gonna make it work, whatever cover. I'm just gonna pretend like it goes with the rings. And this is a cute cover here, but it doesn't scream December to me. Not that a lot of the covers do, but this is the point. Personalizing it like a Jane's Agenda. It's like the, I don't know, Dollar Tree version or the cheap version of a Jane's Agenda, where I would love to have a Jane's Agenda that fit the Laurel Denise planner thing that I made up myself. So how would that even be a thing? So since I made it up and I still want some Jane's Agenda style planning things, planning dashboards and covers and such, I'm gonna just do it my own. It's just definitely not gonna look the same. Obviously it is not gonna be as nice, but it's an idea. It's an idea and it's something to do. So that's what we are doing right now. That's the point of all of this chatting. So what I did is I grabbed a few dividers that I thought would be like very scenic and pretty, but I mean there's not a ton from my Happy Planner stash, and like this one definitely fits the bill. Like that could be a Jane's Agenda, maybe not with the writing, I'm not sure, but it could be like a Jane's Agenda scene. So I just got as close and pretty as I could find from what I had in my stash. Okay, and I don't know all of the ever dividers that have ever been on Jane's Agenda, but I'm just saying some that remind me of just like very pretty decorative dividers is what I'm looking for here. Okay, and then so for covers, and I want to show an example, like this would be like a February cover that I would use in my big, because this is a classic size, but like, and then this could be maybe a winter cover for my classic size, but we're not setting that up right now. There's not a lot of covers that I have, gals, so I'm gonna tell you what I thought my options could be. Okay, I thought my options could be like a Happy Planner cover, and these are the two really that I found that kind of look, I mean this one's pushing it a little because I like the blue for winter, but I'm not sure. Okay, so this is one that I was thinking, and I would cut it, you know, and have it be this, or this one that is really, really pretty, and it does look seasonal. I think this looks more holiday-ish, like a gold painted leaf. How pretty is that? So yeah, I'm leaning towards this one, and this cover needs cleaned up. They all do, but we'll do that later. I just wanted to kind of decide, right? So between this and this, we're talking December, so I'm thinking this could work pretty well for January, but for December, I'm thinking more this one, right? Okay, so we'll just make that decision now, but I also have this planner out because some of these dividers look very like elegant. I mean, look at this silver there, and then just like the pretty design. So I could come in and grab, this almost looks like a fir tree. We have some silver, you know, so I might come back in and grab some of these dividers to use. And again, I do think a lot of these will work really well in January. This could be like a layering piece, and then, okay, so, I mean, Jane's Agenda has that vellum. I just got this from Walmart, and they had two types, so nothing like really special, nothing wintry, but I grabbed the vellum to just kind of layer maybe two, I don't know. It kind of seems thick to me, so I don't know if that's like a typical vellum thing. I didn't even know what vellum was until I started watching the Jane's Agenda videos from It's a Wonderful Plan with Tina. So anyway, the point is, a lot of these dividers, really, I thought, like, look how beautiful that one is. I love it. I thought could work really well for this project. So, all right, so let me set this aside. And what I know is I go to the 7th and I just go almost to the 8th and cut. So since we decided on this cover, we're gonna decide which side of the cover, top or bottom, on each side. See, I like this double leaf on top here, so I think that's gonna be it. All right, so this is what we're gonna look at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then to the 8th. So we either have, this is super dirty. I really need to wipe this off. We have this, and you can't really see that, so this here as the cover, and I just think that's really pretty. Or we can do it from the bottom, which would have the Happy Planner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which I don't mind that if the design was as pretty, but I don't think it is. So I think we're gonna do the top. And then for this one, this is Hello 2020, which I don't really care what it says, because I still think the bottom might be better. Okay, so let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we do 8. So it's this. Okay, so let's look at it. I mean, that's actually okay, right? I just think it falls a little short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So like, really showing what it is. But we do this way, you have the bottom of the leaf. So let's check. Okay, so then we have this. Whoops, hold on, let me flip it so you can. Okay, and you're gonna hear my husband in the background. Anytime he's home, you will hear him in the background. Yeah, I like that a lot better, even though it says Hello 2020. I don't even care that it says that. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is get an isopropyl paper towel and wipe all this off, because these were being used for a while for my kids' planners, and then we realized the big was too big for them. So let me get a paper towel. It could have anything on it. Okay, so we're just gonna wipe it off a little. It actually could even be coffee from me. Who knows? I think this is gonna be super pretty. Got like some kind of goop sticky stuff on it. You can still see that circle from where the sticky dot, the glue dot was. Those things stay on like crazy. I guess that's why people use them. Okay, so we're gonna wipe that a little more. And we have our cutter here with us. This is like the industrial cutter that we used for our small business while we still had it. Just want to get some dust off of it. It's been sitting. And this is what I'm going to use to start cutting. Okay, so let's get right to it. We wanted the bottom part of this. So, okay, what way should I do it? I think this way. And I need to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and almost to the 8. Holding it. All right, let's see if this works. Hopefully, I don't think it looks super straight, so hold on. All right. Yeah, that's pretty cute. Wow, I like that. All right, and then we have this kind of just like, I mean, I guess it's not too great, but it could be like a decoration clip-in. I don't know. We'll see. I might be getting a little carried away with that. Let me wipe this one a little more. Just see like a little more up here. Okay, and we wanted to do the top of this one. And so we'll do it the same way. We'll go through this first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here we have 8. I need to get it right there. am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need it here. Yeah, so watch what you're doing so you don't mess up. If you got it wrong, which I have done in the past, you'll just be bummed. Okay. It doesn't look super even. Yeah, I think that one got angled. I don't know how. Darn it. All right, anyway, yeah, user error for sure. I'm just gonna round the corners because I don't really like stabbing myself with plastic corners. And so we're just gonna round them a little. I don't have one of those rounder, you know, things that a lot of gals have. Maybe someday if I keep doing this. And yeah. Now, the only thing is now that lamination is, you know, this side is gonna be more susceptible to spills or stuff. I don't know, we'll see how that actually works out. So we have a cover like this. Oh, that's cute. I'm excited. I like that. And again, it's like very, it's not cinematic. That's not the right word because that's video, but it's very, I guess a photo can be cinematic, right? All right, let's get that on to get our starting. Cute, yeah. So Jane's Agenda, oh, this way, right? Yeah. Jane's Agenda does do mini, by the way, mini planner sizes. They do classic planner sizes and big. All right, so now what we're gonna do is plan these front pages and we're gonna paper clip them on because we do need this for next November if we stay with the mini. And so I have like these that I'm thinking to cut, you know. So this is Bible. So let's do the nature one, but we have two choices. Obviously this one definitely looks more. Oh, and we have this one though. It's so sad, like to use these, but then again, this one's from 2019, you know? So should we just use it? I think so. All right, so I think I'm gonna cut the actual tab off. And let's cut these off first, the side here. I think I'll use my smaller cutter for that. Just fits on the desk a little nicer. Then we'll get it punched and then we'll see from there like what we need to do. All right, so let's line this up. This cutter is dulling a bit, so it's good to use the big one for the covers. I don't even think it could have worked. And then I guess we just get the September tab off. What do you think? The other thing I did think of doing is using this as a divider. So there's that too. But we're gonna get to that. I literally just could have used scissors, and I should have, but where are my scissors? They have been, here they are. They've been being used like throughout the house while I'm packing. So, it's a shame to cut it off. All right, so there's my first one, and I'm gonna punch it now. I think in this case I can center punch it, I think. Right, because I'm going to center it on there. Yeah. The reason I'm saying that is because the Laurel Denise planner, I couldn't center it. I had to really think about it to get it punched on there. This is going to be... pretty thin on the top and bottom there, but that's okay. Yeah, that's good. Now it does hang out a little too much. So should we trim it a little? trim it a little. It's too bad. Okay, so we're gonna trim it a little down. Not a lot. We'll do like that. So just this part over here is gonna be trimmed. That can make a really cute strip for decoration. Alright, so that's okay. You can see where my planner hangs out the bottom. That is, you know, I had to figure out how to punch it. These are paper clips that I just grabbed off of Walmart.com, so I just thought they were pretty, and I'm hoping they hold a little better than those other ones that like slide off so easily. So I'm just gonna like stick it on, and that even kind of goes with the design. That's fun. I'll do top and bottom inside. And then we're gonna need to make sure it doesn't go too far into the writing area, and they could be moved actually. And we'll do one on the side out here. Okay, that's pretty. All right, let's look at this little divider. It is cute with the red and pink. It's not very December-y. So what if what else do we have? Oh, you know what? Even like this is a Laurel Denise page. But you know what? I think we'll actually do, see, I'm kind of everywhere. We could do that really pretty one for the outside, like this one for the outside, and a very similar one for the inside as a divider here. So, yeah. We cut it to 7, and all I'm gonna do is trace on this side here as well. Just trace it with pencil. I don't really have an edge here, so it falls off the planner, so I'm pushing kind of against the actual divider. Well, it's gonna be a shame to cut this, but then I can have these pieces as like card pieces. We can put like a quote on them or something. You know, there can be some fun stuff that we can do. All right, so now set this aside, and we're gonna glue run this on. Need it to line up with the line. Oops, let's do it this way. Yeah, so we have like these cute little pieces that can be cards. You know how Jane's Agenda has like the journaling cards? I mean, it is so cute, really. Her system. And then, yeah, okay. Yay, that looks cute. Let's see how it looks on the planner. It's taller. It's a little taller, but I actually kind of like that. And then the tab does not match, but I don't care. I think that pretty much covers it. I mean, the pink tab, it's kind of funny actually. All right, so where's my tape runner? It's funny because I have a lot of things cleared up right now, but I still have a lot of stuff everywhere, and I still can't find things. But like, most of my office is packed, and I was gonna do a tour of my office. This is just double-sided sticky tape. But it was taking so long for me to get ready for that, that I just had to start packing. Okay, so that's on there. Cute. All right, so we have this really beautiful, elegant one in the front. Right, gorgeous. I mean, I know this white down here, but, and then we have this really cute divider. So I think we need a piece of tape like right here. So that it doesn't come up from the tab. Okay. And that goes into my Bible. All right, so Bible's done. Let's flip to the next one. Okay, so I want to show you. So this is my main. So this is the one I wanted to do for my main. I love this one so much. Oh my goodness. It is so gorgeous. And I was thinking, because we're doing it this way, like maybe we can even leave the tab on and just paper clip it. You know, I'm thinking about it. I think we're gonna do it, and I think we're gonna leave the tab on, even though it doesn't make sense to have the tab on. So this is the kind of thing when you're doing it yourself, your DIYs. Obviously, this is not gonna look like a Jane's Agenda planner, anything close, but it is inspired by it. Okay, so I need 7, and then so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then right by the 8th is where I cut. So like right there is where I cut. Yeah. So it obviously messed up the word, right? And then you see this there. I thought that was gonna be less when I did my little practice. It still kind of looks like here. So maybe that's okay though. Hold on. Let's get it on there. So, I mean, I know I keep saying Jane's Agenda, but do not take this as a Jane's Agenda planner system. I mean, check out her videos, people who have her videos, because it's much prettier. You could tell it has a lot of thought going into it. And I would love for Laurel Denise to do like a disc planner system like that, with some of these like really elegant photos to fit her planners. That would be amazing. It's my washer singing at me. And this will also be, you know, in the way, and I'll move them. That one didn't even clip on. I'll move them as I need to move them. For the first week anyway, right? It'll be a thing. Yeah, that's pretty now. Yeah, so it's pretty. It's just kind of making dividers for Laurel Denise. Now this thing is July, and that is stinking cute for July, but absolutely not for December. So let's see. I don't know if I want to cut that one up. Let's look at my little blue section here. Oh, and I actually have a couple more over here. What do I have? So that is nice, but, and this is pretty too. I think that's all. That's all we really have. So let's look in here. The point is we'd have to have like just a really small sliver and it still look cute, you know? So, I mean, like this one could work. That's so pretty. Ooh, that could be one of the dividers maybe. Maybe cut off the breathe. No. I have an idea though. Maybe we'll use that for one of the dividers. Yeah, let me pull it out because I think I want to use it maybe for work. Could be fun. But actually, I'm thinking this Creative Ingrid could work too. This is cute. Anything? Not really. Okay. Well, possibly actually this one's okay, but I don't really like that. I don't know what that's going on there. This one could be okay for this divider. Okay. So let me put this aside. Or yeah, that would cut it off. This to me right now is a little too cartoony. Like I said, I could center this one. All right, so our choices are center this one, you know, trace it and then cut, right? Or use this one. We have to do quite a few of these, so I guess we center this one. What is this planner? Main? And see, we have a couple here that we have to do. Do we have two? We have three? We have three in here. Yeah, so we're gonna make some decisions. So we'll center this one, because this is gonna be the first one I see. And darn it, how are we gonna do this? Okay, I'm gonna trace. It's such a shame. I think this is the only one of this divider that I have, but it's okay. It's gonna be cute. Can I even see that? Kind of. I'm just thinking, should I do it on this side? But the problem would be, you know, centering it. How well would that work when you can't see the photo? But I think it is pretty centered, so I think it'll be okay. So we'll center it here. And that way we're lining it up with this top of the month. It's kind of useful. And I'm still eyeballing it, you know, it's not perfect. All right, however this cuts, it is going to be the divider, because it is way too pretty to just waste just because I messed up. Oh, wow, I was just about to mess up. Pay attention, lady. That is. Okay. I'm cutting not the divider off because, I mean the tab off, because I might want to use it. It's kind of big, but we'll see. It's not kind of big, it's super big for a mini, but still we'll see. Didn't cut. Come on now, come on now. I'm telling you, this blade is dull. I had to figure out how to replace it. I know it can't be too complicated, right? But And then we just have the top. Oops. And look, I'm messing up. I have to line it up with this line. I keep trying to line it up with this line. It would make it like super short and the pink would show through. That would be beautiful. Oh, that's cute. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. That turned out super cute. So now I'm going to punch it. And I think I can just center punch it. Yep. I'll just center it and punch it in the 7 holes. Now the other thing I want to do is I'm going to trim this July off. I know it's super tiny and perfect, but let's get this really giant December on there instead. Why not? And I'm thinking I'm going to just do this whole like thing here. We could put it in between. I mean, that's huge, right? But that's okay. And then we'll put this on top, you know? Know what I'm saying? It'll work. It's okay. It's crazy, but it's okay. Again, I don't have my tape runner. Oh, you know what? I have an extra one in here. Oh, thank goodness. Just because I think it does hold a little better. So we want it to go like this. Yep. Tape run. Okay. Then we're gonna tape run here. Here. Well, this is a super long project. And now I have to line these up. I usually like to do this on the discs, but whew, it worked. Okay, this is like hanging out just a tiny bit there, so I could have gone in a little more. I think it's okay. And that is so pretty. Oh my goodness, that is so much better than what was there for December. Like I said, that one was cute for July. Now, I used July because I had enough days. So. Oh, and the cover. The cover, guys. The cover. Should I just take off the cover? I think there's one thing I was going to do with a cover. I only got one ready. So I think we could do it here. It's this one. I was going to cut these as a cover, and I think they'd be a little more gentle than all of this will look like. It's just like, oh, should I get rid of my Happy Planner stash of stuff that I haven't used since 2020, or should I just start cutting it up and making like new covers and dividers? I don't know. Of course, the insane option. Okay. So, I don't know. I guess we'll try to cut these. Let me see what this looks like. It's going to be... I guess we could center it and punch it. Yeah, we might do that, but I did have this already on here. Let me see if this wipe will help it get off. It's supposed to. It's not working. Oh, it's kind of working. Yeah, if I got this wet again. Okay, so the line is coming off. So I think what I'm going to do is trace it. And I know it's not going to look as cute as this probably. That turned out super cute. But, and then also I might have a little trouble punching it is the problem. I think we can do this. I am going to use my Sharpie, which is what I just used. It is a fine line permanent Sharpie. And this was recommended by the Laurel Denise team on their pop and panel whiteouts. What am I trying to say? Pop and panel whiteboard items. Because if you use a wet erase, it does smear on the pages. At least some wet erases. I'm sure not all. Okay, so we got that there. Okay, we're gonna have to get our big cutter out again. But yeah, that'll look cute. Yeah. All right. I think it's definitely more mellow than this. This is really cute, but like this is a little crazy for December. So let's scoot some stuff over and do this again. We're gonna have to finish this later, but maybe we can get a little more done. How'd we do on the line? Oh, that's, darn it, how did we do that? Now watch it be too much. I don't really know how this guy works. I didn't have to be so precise before. Well, we're gonna go with it. That's good for now. Let's try to get this one a little closer to what we're supposed to do. Like, I don't see a cut line, I guess. What's the problem? There's the cut line right there. Got closer. Yeah, that's too big still. I mean, we can do too big on one side, but we don't want to do too big on both sides, so. And that cut it off. Okay, so that might balance it out. Could be okay. Okay, cute enough. Yeah. We get that wiped off, it'll be fine. And then should I just do the same here? Does it fit? It's a little bigger. So I'm gonna cut this down at the eighth, you know, like right here, the eighth. Okay, and then we'll just go here. This one I don't want to do too short because, so let me see, because it'll really mess it up. Okay, right on target. This has one cornered, curved corner, and we're gonna have to cut the rest. And again, I will go through and get some more isopropyl on this wipe, and then just wipe this blue stuff off. And suddenly you know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. Sounds like a good New Year's cover. Now, should I try? I shouldn't try. I'm debating on whether or not to just try the Happy Planner, but every time I do, it gets stuck. So, it's random magnet there. Every time it gets stuck. Yeah, okay. We're gonna try it here. So this is Mushroom Punch. I just line it up where I think it's gonna be the center, and I just start punching all across so that we have it ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, it should only punch, you know, what is, you know, like if I try to do, oops, locked up. If I tried to do the next one, it wouldn't have a punch. That's why I usually leave that open. It just gets jammed a little. Of course, the things go all over the floor when you leave it open. Okay, so we'll get, and I have to trim these sharp edges. We only had one corner that was nice. I like this idea. I like that I'm using these covers that I just haven't used. But gals, it's work. So like, could I just go buy a nice mini Happy Planner cover set? Probably could work out well. I'll use some isopropyl here. Yep, okay, it's wiping off. Yes. Isopropyl is rubbing alcohol, if you didn't know. Alright, so that got it off. Looks pretty good. And actually this kit I used to wipe off anyway. It's been in the stash for quite a while. I don't know, these came out in 2020 or 2021 maybe. This was a memory keeping planner cover, which is essentially a vertical planner that just has like room and prompts for like memories. Running out of juice here. Super cute. Let's get our planner back out. Now I do think it's a little bigger. Let me check because I had to cut funny. Well, with the clear, it actually is not that much. Do you see the clear kind of covers a lot of it? So it's really not that much bigger. All right. I mean, this is pretty. I like this so far. And this, I do feel like something should be here in between these two, but we'll see. Then we have this gorgeous guy, which I might need to paper clip one more right here in the corner. And what did I do with them? They're under. We'll get them in a second. Then we have this cover. Now we could do it both ways. We could do it this way, but I think we're gonna do it this cute way. Again, this has cut now the lamination, so it's not as impermeable as it was before. So if I do spill something, it could start to split the cover. Okay, so let's look at it now. We have our adorable mane. So now this cover can go back on its original planner for some other time, like summer or spring. All right. And then what I was thinking, where did I put it? I know I just had it. Okay, so this little thing here, I am gonna try to like cut it and make it like this journaling card. Do you guys remember the journaling cards? I'm sure some of you do. They're very big in Jane's Agenda, but Happy Planner did start with them. I don't know if they were the first ones to have them. I just know that they did have them early on, and I'm gonna show you an example. So like I thought I'd do that and then maybe like make this kind of curvy too. I know that wasn't a great start, but you know, kind of make it like and it says end now. So it doesn't make sense, but it's pretty, and I thought I could pop it in like here, or I can pop it in like, you know, and now, I don't know, something like that. Maybe not exactly there. Let's see how that looks with the next one. We have it, oh, we can pop it here. No, that covers it. All right, well, so we may not be able to pop it anywhere, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. But that's the idea. And what Happy Planner used to do, and I have some actually right here that I have actually never opened. These were for teacher planners, and look, they just have like the cute and you pop them in as little journaling cards. I can see if any of these will work, but they're teacher planners, so I don't think they will work for anything here. Inspire, love, teach. It's beautiful when career and passion come together. Always be kind. So like you would pop it in as like a little cute. Now Jane's Agenda has these. I don't know if she punches hers. I know she has like the covers that she uses have pockets and she can put them in there. So, or that's what the gals do. They put them in there. But these are cute. The idea of this, you know, is pretty cute. So we have a few colors here. They're teacher, like I said, so I don't think any of them are really gonna go at all. So this is way too colorful, but this could be fun in the spring. And yeah, nothing, you can just kind of tell. So we'll set those aside, but I wanted to just show you those because that's kind of what I was thinking for this. And I don't know. I could also but I like this here, but I could cut this out as well, like this now. Hold on, we'll do this. So it doesn't look as funky. Funky. What's wrong with funky? And then I'll punch it, you know. And, you know, now it looks a little, you know, different, a little better maybe. Maybe not. But, you know, now. So that's the idea. It doesn't look good with that one, but we'll put it somewhere. That's how I was going to use the other parts of the planner, you know, like you could punch and have like a little card. I could cut it and then put a quote on here from a sticker. So back to what we were doing. I'm just thinking for this, oh, but before actually, wow, yeah, I'm with it, gals. This is not long enough. So I guess we have to do a new one, but I have this mat, but it has Mod Podge on the top here, so we're gonna have to cut that off. And maybe we could just use some isopropyl. This is a Dollar Tree cutting mat. And let's just talk about what we're gonna do here. I want to separate and cover that and protect that decorative top. I do have some new ones packed of these, but I'm just gonna grab this one right now. And what am I doing here? I'm making sure, I guess that's not gonna work. We'll do it backwards then. I need it to be this tall, right? So, oh, it's not going in because the blade's not up, gals. You gotta put the blade up. Yeah, that's a thing. All right, so we're still gonna just scoot it down. Line it up and try to cut it, you know, about at this. This one could be a little longer, or a little taller, you know, it's fine. So I'm gonna make sure it's in there. Move this guy out and cut. All right, now, it can also, I mean, I guess we don't want it too wide, but you know what I was thinking too? We have quite a bit on there. Oh, it peels off. Yay. Okay, so let's work and get all this off. Go Mod Podge. It's like this like layer of skin. I guess like when you're younger and you used to like, do like glue on your hand, you know, and then peel it off, which looks super creepy. And then we'll do the isopropyl. Okay, that looks clean enough. Okay, so two things I'm thinking of doing. I can make this a tab on the side here that says Bible. Like on the top is what I mean. So, I mean, you're gonna hear my husband. I did warn. I'm gonna do it like this. Get it in. Okay, and I'm gonna cut to the top, but I'm gonna leave the top here, some space on the top here. I know this is kind of hard to see. I'm not gonna go all the way down. All right, let's check. That edge has like gunk on it. We used to cut sticky labels, mailing labels with this, so it definitely has gunk. All right, so now go in with my scissors. Cut it out. So I made dividers out of these cutting mats for my Planner MV planners earlier this year. So this is not new, but all right. I do want to see if this will go in the 7 punch. I want to see. I'm just rounding the corners. not perfectly. So you get 2 of these mats for $1.25 still at Dollar Tree, which, unless it went up to $1.50. I just don't go to Dollar Tree anymore now that I'm not a crafter. At least as much. I shouldn't say anymore, but as much. And yeah, so I don't know. So can we do this here and not get the next one punched? I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try it. It's probably gonna get jammed, guys. Like, why? No. It's already jammed. What did we do? Why did I do it? What did I do it, gals? I annoy myself. Okay. So we just have to push back through. If you guys ever get jammed like this, you have to push back through what's kind of sticking up. Like what started to cut and got caught. And then you should be able to kind of pull it out. Maybe we just keep trying to punch it, which is the mistake I always make. Just keep trying. It'll go through. Oh, that sounded pretty good. Ooh, did I get it? Do not try that at home. That was horrible. That was a really bad idea. Sometimes the pink one oddly works better, the big, and I think that's because you get a little more leverage with it because it has a bigger handle. Maybe, or maybe they improved it. I don't know which one was out first. Okay, so are we done with this for now? I think so. I think we can put this aside for now. And let's get our planner back. Take a look at it. So yeah, now see how I wanted something there. It's kind of big, actually. It's kind of big. Well, it's like way too big here. All right. It's way too big. I'm gonna cut it with scissors, which I don't like to do because I'm just not good at that. It's gonna be messy, but I'm gonna get my big scissors because I think it'll make a little bit of a better cut. Okay. And yeah, we want it to be basically like this. So I'm gonna open my scissors really wide, try to make one cut. The risk is that my hands just slip all the time when I'm trying to cut things nicely. And then let's do a tab now. Oh, yeah. I gotta watch the time too. It's gonna be dinner time soon. Okay, let's try that again. What? Still too big. All right, we do it again. So I guess like what I'm trying to see here is it's actually not as wide as the cover. So let's go in a little more. Phew, I sure can make some ugly tabs. You can see that tab was super ugly. Okay, I think that one's gonna be okay. And then I had boxes. Boxes. Where are boxes? I wish I had like little boxes. I got all those big boxes because I was doing big heavy planners. But, I don't know. Like I said, I've been packing. Let's see if any of these will work. I mean, like the purple will work, but it's purple. I don't know about these pastels. Anyway, well, you know what we could do because we know it'll wipe off. Let's do this, gals. And I'm trying to get this finished. I'm like up against the clock. I think we're just gonna write Bible on here. Okay, so this is not a permanent. It's It's a wet erase marker. Okay. The wet erase marker, it just smears, like I said. So we're gonna do the Sharpie. And we're still gonna let it dry. But I could get a box. If I had a small box, I could do a small box and write that on a small box. So we're gonna let that, I should have put learning, but you know, you get it. We get it. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely too tall still. But I mean, I don't think it's actually too tall because it doesn't interfere with my bookmarks. It almost does, actually. I'm gonna leave it, gals. I'm gonna leave it for now. And then let's get back to what we were doing again. So we have this cute one. We got our new planner cover ready. I think we have a couple more dividers in here to work through. Yeah. So I'm gonna do this as one. And it's just like an extra page backing from, this was a whiteboard from Laurel Denise, a pop and panel whiteboard. And I'm gonna leave the gold, that's fine with me. Let's trace it out with pencil. Don't move, don't move. See my hand slide. Last minute, right when you're about to trace. Got a hair in there too. Okay. And I'm gonna cut it, gals, just with my scissors and just try to be straight. And I cut it down. And we'll tape run it. Oh, we'll punch it and then tape run it. We're getting there. Oh, that'll look pretty nice. Let's do it. Okay, so obviously if you have cardstock paper, what is it called, craft paper, you can do any of this too. And actually, the craft paper would make really cute dashboards as well. I've seen some people make really pretty dashboards with the craft paper. Okay, and then we have one more down here. We're gonna leave this tab 2, but what divider? Or, I don't know, let's see. What do we have left? I think we're gonna go with this one, and we might try some vellum on top, because that is one thing I also wanted to do. Oops, oops, oops. And I'm just gonna line up the disc punch here and trace again and do the same thing. Cut it. This time I don't have to punch it. And we're gonna cut it again with scissors. Okay. I'm gonna cut on my line. Obviously, to make this really nice, I would use the cutter, but it's okay. And we are gonna leave little December hanging out. But I am thinking about the vellum, so hold on. Let me grab a piece. What did I do with it? It's here, it's here. I'm thinking like this floral one, right? Like, not these little ones, this one. So I just want to see. So many people talk about vellum. I saw it at Dollar Tree a while back and I was like, what is vellum? Like, what is that? And we're just gonna, I guess, trace and cut, or should I just cut? Hold and cut? Sometimes when you try to do shortcuts, it actually takes longer and messes things up, but I still try it anyway. So we're gonna cut. Could have paper clipped it. Yeah, I like it. What do you think? Well, we're gonna use it. So let's punch it. I can stop putting my punch away. I don't think we're gonna glue it on, now that I'm thinking about it. Although we'll see how it pulls up and stuff. It might get, you know, frustrating. All right, so let's get these together. I do feel like this vellum is just a little thicker than what I see them use on the Jane's Agenda Planner set. So we have a little pink December tab. It's okay right now. Remember, we're moving it along. I have like 20 minutes here before I have to start dinner. So usually you would have something to protect the vellum. So what do I have? Nothing? Oh, I have that. Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna do it because it's a horrible idea, really, but because now you're really not gonna be able to see it, but I want it protected, so. If only I hadn't packed my, and like, why even pack these, honestly? Okay, I'm gonna use the vellum as my guide and cut. This is such a process now. Okay, and then we will punch it with this guy because I don't want to clog up my Happy Planner punch. I didn't do that so well. All right, gals, that didn't work. I need to do that better and center it more. So I'm gonna start in the center, and it's gonna be too short now, but that's okay. We will fix it maybe some other time. Okay, it needs a new one, but for now it's okay. It protects the vellum a little. Maybe we just leave it without the vellum since I messed up for now. Okay, so that's that, and that one is done. All right, so that is my main, but I'm just feeling the time crunch, gals, feeling the time crunch. so we go to our next one. Oh, and it's work, and I do love work. So I'm thinking of this guy, but we have to think about it. So let me set this aside, get out the cutting board. Okay, I really have to think about it because I want this whole phrase to be in there. Okay. And then we gotta count 7, which is like there. So let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is gonna be, oh, that's gonna be close to 8. Okay, we're gonna cut the tab again. I think we cut it across here, right? And then it says November, but that's okay. Maybe I add it like this. I mean, it doesn't need a tab. I'm just like, you know, working things out here. Hold on. Taper on it. It's pretty ugly, but the way I did it is pretty ugly. Okay, and let's hope this works. It just gives it like a page to turn, a way to turn. All right, let's look at it in the planner. Breathe in all the possibility today holds. And it's a little too big. I knew it was gonna be tall. Let's see if it's too tall. No, and it's pretty. Okay, now we're talking. That looks good. Okay, so that was work. And we don't have any happy planners, yay. I like the happy planner inserts, but you know, they're needing work right now. Okay, here we also don't have a happy planner. This is the project planner. And what if we do it with this one? This one? Yeah, I think this one can be good. We'll look at that in a moment, but let's get this one cut. So we have project, and then what do we have left? We have a journal, and then we actually have this cover, and this divider's fine. So one more cover and one more after this divider. And yeah, we can do this. We can do this. Okay, so what I want to do is, because I want a big bottom end, because I have it cut funny so that the bottom of the planner is longer. I definitely want this part to be the bottom. So that wasn't very straight, was it? Okay, so now we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need that guy. And then we can go a little above it, almost to the 8, I think. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost to the 8. Get it over there. Okay, and we'll pop that in. How pretty is that? And then maybe the vellum on top too, because I think that could be fun. So here's our project. Now I'm considering coming back and doing side tab dividers with more of these cutting mats. You know, like having this have a tab over here. But for now, do we want some vellum on there? I like it. I think it looks like snowflakes almost. So want to try it. So what do we have here? Just use this one. We'll punch it. Oh, something just fell. I am not surprised. Okay, let's put that together. That just, I mean, to me that just looks like pretty snow, right? I wish I had snowflake vellum. That would be gorgeous. Yeah, that's nice. All right, and then we have our last journaling gal and then a cover. So let's finish this up. We can do this. Yeah. Just set some stuff aside. Okay, so journaling divider. This is pretty, but again, it'd be prettier with vellum. Am I getting carried away? What else do we have over here? Oh, you know what? I like this one, I think. Yeah, Shine Like the Stars. I'm gonna use that one. So, we're gonna have a tab situation, but that's okay. So we want it to be like... Okay, so that worked, and then I'm just trying the vellum, you know, and I don't know, it's kind of pretty on its own, but I don't know, do we like it with the vellum? You can't really see very much through it. This one may be a little better. Or this alone, so I think we'll do it alone. Might be getting a little carried away here. And then we just need a cover. So for the last cover, this is definitely not big enough. Okay, let me look at a cover, and we're gonna have to make a choice. It's that much too small. That's too bad. Okay, I do have this cover. So my problem is I'm just running out of covers that I have out. It's blue, so it could work nicely. But it's the influence of a good teacher can never be erased. But I guess I could put something else there. Like, influence of a good, so what is it, journal? I don't know. Well, we can move it around if we need to. But let's just do our thing where we are tracing it and cutting it out. And then for this one, again, we can use the side that is already punched and trace there. All right, so are we cutting or are we cutting? Cutting with scissors or cutting with the cutter? I kind of think we bring the cutter back up. We just want it to be nice, so. And then we'll go through all these scraps. We just need to get this cover on. Oh, see, so I cut that funny. Well, I guess it's fine in the corner. Yeah, it looks fine in the corner. I would say I either wanted it like centered or, you know, but it looks fine in the corner. Let's get it out. Every time I say last time, it's like famous last words. Last time I'll need this guy. But I don't love this one. Remember, it's kind of confusing where the cut is. Let's see how we do. Pretty close. Okay. And the same here. It's slightly confusing where the cut goes. A little bit more. All right, let's get it punched and get the corners trimmed so that they are not so sharp. And then obviously I'm gonna have to get more isopropyl on my little rag and wipe this off. Now it's gonna look a little funny, I think. Oh yeah, see that? That's not very nice. It's okay. I should have planned the back better. I forgot about the back. I don't know why. Okay. And let me just make sure we are basically, yeah, I think it's gonna be fine there. I'm gonna get this punched. Did my little flap open? Nope. Gotta leave it open. Alright gals, I think we're good. Let's get this in there. This could be cute with vellum. Maybe not. I'm just wanting to use the vellum. Just use it for everything. Why not? Okay, so that's project, and then we have journaling. And we need our paper clips, which what did I do with them? And then we need our cover. This cover is just not quite right for winter or, you know, December. I'll come back in and wipe that. And man, I wish I had just gone up. If I just gone up, it still would have looked a little funny, but I guess we could put a sticker there to make it look cute. So we will do that. This is my little private journal area. All right. Okay, we'll do a quick flip. That's all we have time for, and then we're gonna have to, you know, check this out in a different video. I have to get dinner started. So we open it up and we have this page, and this is what I'm thinking of doing all the way down. This is the Bible tab and this beautiful divider. I do want to still put something, you know, down here. We got the new divider here, and this is the Bible planner. Then we go to our next one, whoops, which is this guy, which is very cinematic photo, but we had to cut off this word. So I do think something could come down here, like some journaling card type thing. you know, I don't know, with a quote or something can go down there, you know, to kind of cover that. But we'll do that some other time. We'll figure that out some other time, not now. So that's for my main, and we did a little cover for my main, which we did much better on this one. Cut this from a big happy planner. We did these dividers. This turned out pretty cute. Let me have this one back here. Is just blue, and then the last one is also, oh, just blue, but with the vellum. And then there's the back cover, which looks pretty fine. Then we go to the next section, which is work, and I love this divider for the work section. It's just so pretty, but we need to clip it on. So we have these guys out. And get a couple of these on. And then one more on the bottom. Really pretty how this one turned out. I like this one a lot. We'll put this over here. Okay, and then we have nothing in the work planner. It was just the Nancy. So nothing had to be decorated, which is nice. Then we have the next planner. We'll put this vellum on top, and I think we're gonna paper clip it all with the vellum. Why not? Let's get a loose guy. Okay, and then over here, we don't have a tab on this one. And then one on the bottom. What are you guys gonna, there we go. So these paper clips I hope hold better. If they like start falling all over the floor, I'm gonna be super disappointed, but they don't seem like they will be. Oh, and that, I was supposed to paper clip to this. So let's get that in there. And then on here. Okay, and then for this, we didn't have anything to decorate either. And then the last one is this beautiful Shine Like the Stars. Paper clipping this on. Okay, and then we made this cover for my private part of my journal. And gals, it's pretty cute, but the front is definitely cute. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It says the influence of a good teacher can never be erased. I don't know, but I can put another word there for teacher, but I did mess up the back of the cover as it's just uneven. And I'm gonna come back in and wipe all this off, but I just wanted to show you and end this. Okay, and that is the last planner in here. So now we have like even a super chunkier, but the good thing is some of the chunk is over here now too, not just here. And then we forgot this beautiful cover, which says Hello 2020, but that's fine. Oops, in the back. And I would love to have gold discs for that. I don't even think I have gold discs, but if I do, I'm not taking all of this off just for that. I'm just kind of mixing it up there, mixing the golds, rose and regular. And yeah, that is it for this video. So we did all this just to have this ready and cute for December to try to convince me to kind of try out my small, even though my big is working so well. But I do think it'll be fun to be in here and to have a mini. So we'll definitely try it. Yeah, after all that work, for sure, we are gonna try it, okay? So I will let you know how that goes, but that's not for another 2.5 weeks until December. I can't believe it. It is coming right up. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Now that all that is done, I did kind of rearrange my dividers a little. I did paperclip the vellum on one of these mini dividers. Look, that was a lot of work and customization, but I really love how it turned out. So I did paperclip the vellum. Maybe we'll do a bottom paperclip too, just to keep that together. So it's getting just pushed and crinkled. So look how cute that is. So I really love how everything turned out. There were definitely a couple of mistakes, but we'll do a final flip through. But I also wanted to show you, I made this little card and I just took the extra part of the divider It was already punched, so I cut out the side that was already punched and I put a sticker on top, Merry Everything and Happy Always, a clear sticker with 2 snowflakes. 2 snowflakes is all there is left on that little set. So that's fine, that's what's on there, and I think it looks really cute. And I'm gonna do a couple more of those. There are a lot of things you can do. So I just grabbed the dividers that I thought were really pretty for the season out of my stash. Grabbed some of the covers that I really liked. I wanted to keep looking through this because I think some of these, like this is December, are just gorgeous. And they really inspired me to just go for it. They look really a lot to me like a Jane's Agenda style, where it's just really elegant. I mean, really special photos. And of course you have the month on the back. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Which you could cover this also with white paper, cardstock, anything on the back to hide it, so it doesn't look like a monthly. Okay, so that's the little thing. That's what this video was doing. I also found this is just like what you hang up the Happy Planner with, and it's just a clear cover, so I might use this in front of my big Laurel Denise as a classic cover, or I could cut it down and have it be like a mini as well. So what was I going to use right now? I was going to use the I could pop this in instead and do it. Come on, I know you can do it. So I was going to use the cutting board, the Dollar Tree cutting board, but this is like pretty thick, and I can just cut this now, and then still have the vellum in there layered. So there's just a lot of things that if you have some scraps you can kind of work with. So since I am going to do the vellum, oh, I'm not doing the vellum on this, am I? But how would the vellum look on this? Let's check. I know it's really hard with the glare, right? So lift it like that. It's either this really clear or this. I do think just the frosted divider will work without the vellum, although if I had this vellum, I think this would be pretty on top. Also with the vellum, I can put it on top of a little journaling card here, or make a square inside the vellum as a journaling card. So we're going to try a couple of those things in this video just to kind of finish it off. I'm going to take this off, and then I could actually still use this for my classic, but you see those did bend when I was putting it back on the metal. Do you see that, like, kind of white? But anyway, it's an option. It's a pretty sturdy cover there. Now I was pricing the covers, you know, let's say like Lip Up Posh, Jane's Agenda, Cloth and Paper. They all have like these frosted, and then I think Jane's Agenda is one of the few that has the clear glass dividers. I'm going to trace this on while we're talking. But they are relatively pricey, and I know it's like a one-time purchase, you know, you don't have to keep purchasing them. I'm sure they do get scratched sometimes. I'm going to line up my holes here and then just trace. And then I will probably cut a little above it to be a little bigger. So yeah, I'll just erase the pencil, I guess. You know, I love doing that. Okay, I can barely see that with my scissors. But yeah, so I'm gonna, should I use the cutter? I think my blade's getting pretty dull on the cutter, so try to see this line here and just go straight. And then I'm going to go a little further than the line here because it's going to be a cover. The problem is I'm not going to be straight when I do this, which is what bothers me. So you gals can definitely see I have an extra little point there. I mean, not too bad actually for me. I'm going to curve these edges. I think I'm going to have to get one of those curve punches if I'm going to keep doing this every month. I am super stoked about the mini. Like I said, I have been practicing the mini Laurel Denise. I have been practicing in it. Well, and the mini, I was gonna say Dollar Tree, but you know what I mean, Happy Planner as well. So, you don't have to have a mini Happy Planner. You can get inserts from Laurel Denise. If you get 2 packs of her inserts, I think it lasts the whole year. You might have to do 3, but I was looking at inserts for everybody else for minis and stuff, and they're affordable, but they're comparable. So you could get 2 packs of the Laurel Denise inserts that would fit perfectly and show your whole month. You know, like a vertical or a horizontal. If I wanted to have that here, I could still make a little divider out of cardstock. So that is still an option. I could still make a cover out of this Dollar Tree mat for my cardstock. So all of these are still an option for customization, but this inside could still be Laurel Denise inserts. And I will have the link and my discount code if you're interested in Laurel Denise planners down below, because I think this is the perfect combination. And I do think if I didn't have this monthly over here where I can see it at all times, I wouldn't even be adding these inserts. And I would love to probably have an Anne, which is a vertical Laurel Denise here, but I don't have. I have a couple extra pages, but this one, yeah, but I have this from 2020, so I guess age is gonna win out the contest here. Let's see, let's put this a little more to the corner so not as obvious. Yeah. All right, so that was that the only thing we're gonna do? I think we're gonna try vellum on this back section. And we're just gonna do it the long way, which is paper clip it. Like, this is not even that long. I don't even know why I called that the long way. I'm gonna move some of these things over here. We're gonna trace it onto the vellum. And the nice thing is, I'll move this out of the way. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm doing stuff on top of this pile, which I know is so not efficient. It's not wise, not wise. Okay. Okay. Now for the vellum, I do feel like maybe using the cutter, but we'll see. Okay, we're just gonna use the scissors. I don't know why. The cutter is like not that far away. Now, one of the reasons I'm just rushing to get this done is the move. You know, I've already packed up a lot of my office, and I'm just saying, I want to declutter what I'm not going to use. So I'm doing like a rush evaluation of what I have. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay. Oh, it's upside down. It's funny because it looks upside down, but I do have this one upside down, you know, monthly. So sometimes I think it's upside down, but it's not. It's just that one monthly. So I really need to just start editing or fixing that real quickly. Where does this one go? It goes in the journal? Yeah, this one. Right here. Okay, so that's done. Let's get this pop back in, and then we will paper clip it all back together and kind of see like the full look. So I do think it's pretty like that, but I mean, I don't know, they just like makes like a, okay, they don't look like snowflakes, they do look like flowers, but they remind me of snowflakes. And what did I do with my paper clips? Well, maybe we'll just get some more. Sure, they're under this stack over here. So I've been using 3 paper clips for each little section. And this is a good example of one that barely covers the, barely goes down into the monthly here. So I just kind of roll it until I get it on there perfectly. And then I want one, kind of line them up here. So this is kind of hard to explain, but you have to be careful not to pull this page too far to the side or it'll start to pull off the discs. So I guess that wasn't too hard to explain. It's easy to explain. So I just make sure it's back down there and I put these on. Now I know like having paper clips, it doesn't look like perfect, right? But I don't think it's too bad. Oh, that one cuts, so let's do it a little differently. Okay, so now it says shine just like the stars, but it has flowers instead of stars. That kind of remind me of snowflakes. I do like that better. So I did find some quotes. This is another section of, it just says now, and it's like another little journaling card that I could pop on. I did punch it. It's pretty, but I just don't really know like where it would go right now. So sometimes when you're playing around, there's like hits and misses. Now what I did want to do is grab this one again. It's like this really great square, and then put something over it. I need my scraps in one place, I think. This is kind of a big section, so I might use that. I think it's one of my bigger sections left. Because I used it for a mini divider instead of for one of the decorative dividers. So yeah, that's still too big though. So what if we just cut like here, cut the October off, and then cut here. Some goop on there, not surprising with everything that I've been doing. Okay, so now we like can tape run this onto here like that. Okay, we're gonna go with it, right? So let's move this so you can kind of see what the vision is. Now when you do something like this, you're gonna have a huge mess on your hands, so make sure that you're ready, like time-wise, and willing to have a huge mess. This is like when you're crafting or scrapbooking, I imagine. I have actually never scrapbooked, which I know sounds kind of crazy. All right, so quote-wise, what did I do with them? Okay, this stack here. This is really simple, shine bright. Forever gazing at the stars is really cute. It could go top and bottom. I just don't know how well it would show up on that, but I think it'd be gorgeous on this. So maybe we'll do that in a second. The world needs who you were meant to be. And then we have what? Today's a good day for a good day. Let the beauty of what we love be what we do. That could be okay, or live simply. What do you gals think? So these are just sticker quotes. I don't have a ton, at least from what I was looking through. I know I probably have some somewhere. But let me see how this one's gonna work on there. Like, is it gonna be able, are you gonna be able to see it? No. So the writing there is gonna be too dark. So that kind of helps determine that. Let's do this. Well, actually maybe even Stargazer, but it's just not really the right color. And I think Shine Bright is way too small. I'm gonna try this Comfy Cozy. It might work. Let's try. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, right? It's pretty cute. So we're gonna get that punched. And then for this one, I really do like this one, but maybe we use this one because it's been a bit. I wanted to say, yeah, so we'll just cut it here where we left off. Oops, maybe not because I didn't cut straight. And let's see if this fits on there now. Forever gazing at the stars. And that's cute. Okay, and then if we had like a bigger piece like this, we could have put that on top, huh? I wonder if this will come off. I don't know. I've never put a sticker on vellum before, especially since I just heard about it like this week. I do remember a long time ago seeing it. I think I said this earlier at Dollar Tree and thinking like, what is vellum? Because it started just popping up at Dollar Tree, and they're usually oddly cutting edge of crafting. Dollar Tree is. Let me see how this one looks. If we put it, this is what I'm thinking. If I put the forever gazing kind of on the white here, right? Okay, and then at the stars, can you see it? I do like it. Let's see what else we have here. I think I just need to straighten it, honestly. I kind of wish it was a little bigger, but this is one that I used as a big divider, so maybe we got to start with the stars because it's the thing that's kind of hanging off. So let's crook it, or you know, make it a little based on that placement. Okay, so it looks a little crooked. Can you guys even see it? I can see it, but it's a little rough. It is a little rough. It's like one of those designs that you're like, why did the person do it quite like that? But that's okay. We're gonna do it anyway. It's just an example. Whoops. Okay. And I don't even know how this is gonna stick on vellum for long term. All right. So let's get these two punched. Yeah, I think they're cute. So these are just like journaling cards, right? And then what do you think? Live Simply could go on that blue, but we already do have a lot of that blue. Of course, you know, we only have so much. What about these? Yeah, Live Simply on this star. I think that's pretty. And it is already punched, so what I could do is just put it like this. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cute. Okay. I think that's enough. I did want to do something with this one. It doesn't really match the tone of a lot of them, though. And I think we would need a black quote. Which, did I see a black quote? Oh no, look, we had this one. For the Forever Gazing at the Stars. Oh, do you think I can take it off? Should we? Should we? I think we're going to leave it. But now we have this really good piece, too, that we can do a quote on. All right. So many options now. Anyway, as I was saying, like, when I clean this up, it is going to be, packed. I'm not going to just keep these random scraps. I know scrapbooking does that, but I don't scrapbook. I wonder how well that's going to hold. We're going to find out. I like the idea of scrapbooking. No, I really don't. It's only because I don't want to keep so much stuff. It's like the crafting thing when I was doing it. Although, look, I have a ton of stuff anyway. So, like, what am I really saying? But when I was crafting, it just got to be too much stuff that I was keeping. Didn't I have one more? Didn't I, gals? Is that it? Oh, Live Simply. Where did it go? It was already punched, though. Oh, I tell ya. What am I doing to myself? Well, there's my paper clips that I lost. This is also cute because it already has some silver on there. But I don't know. Okay. We'll get these two in since I seem to have misplaced my Live Simply. And we'll just pop them in. Some cuteness. So when we first open up, we have this beautiful Merry Everything and Happy Always. And then I think for my, and remember I did make this tab. For my second one, what do we want to put? Oh, I kind of like that how it is. I don't want to mess with that one. So let's go to my next one. Where I could put it is maybe back here. Let's put it back here. And I'll do the long Forever Gazing at the Stars here. You know, just like a little journaling card there. That's cute. Yeah, and you have to lift it up, but that's still cute. Yeah, I like that better than putting it in front of this divider, which is just so gorgeous. This one is also so gorgeous. So I don't know about covering that as well, but we can come here again and put Cozy and Comfy here. Yeah, and then we have this guy, which we have the Live Simply Summer. I feel like maybe I accidentally knocked it on the floor, but I don't see it, so I'm sure you guys saw what I did with it and are like, it's over there. Here we go, here we go. Oh my goodness. Live Simply. What if we put it down here to kind of detract? Oh, see that? It's punched funny. I know I said it was already punched, darn it, because it's a little uneven. So do I want to put this on vellum now that I already have it kind of messed up? I just have like, no. Let's just punch it and put it like down there. And I do want to center it into the two punches so I have a pretty good. It's just not as even as it was because I had to cut it off. So let's cut this a little. What do you think, like there? All right, and we'll just pop it down here to kind of distract from this weird here. Or maybe actually, I don't like it covering the bottom of the light because that's what's really pretty. We'll put it there. All right, Live Simply. And we don't have anything for the last one, so that's okay. Shine just like the stars. Maybe we could do a little Shine Bright. And then these are stars. Yeah, I think that could be cute. So let me get the sticker on first and then we'll adjust. Because even though this is punched on the side, it's not going to hold. It was cut too close to that punch. So we'll do Shine Bright like here. Like we have about 1 inch. So we want to cut like about 1 inch. Maybe we do this star because it's going to have the punch anyway. Let's hope we can get 2 punches on here. Nice and centered. Yeah. All right. Fun. Shine Bright. And it already says, you know, shine just like the stars, and it says Shine Bright. But still, that's cute. I like it. All right, so that is now my little personalized. And if I do these, we did one in this video. If I do these again, like I said, I might put the tabs on top. This one I might just cut the tab and have it be like a cover type of situation. But yeah, we'll get to that later. I think we did enough, you know, kind of like this. We made this one a cover. I should have done a back cover, huh? Probably. And this, I wonder if I could spice it up a little. Oh, it's like I'm determined to never end this video. So determined. Which is actually not, by the way, the determination. I'm just a little loony. Where are those? Oh, what did I drop? Tape, I'm sure. Let me put a couple of these on the cover. because everything just has bling, right? And then this one doesn't. So maybe just have like a bling there. Like a corner bling. Yeah, so see, it's like that now. So if I ever put another cover behind it, you know, it can be kind of cute. And then, I mean, this looks kind of weird in there. So maybe we put one more and cut it. So it just looks like a bundle instead of like a bunch of stems gathering on the corner and looking odd. I don't know if that helped, but I'll turn it a little. I don't know, it's fine. And then I think maybe on the top too. I'm going to cut those crazy stems off, and I think that'll just make it better. Yeah. Okay, that gives it a little cuteness there. All right, I did say maybe a back cover. Now, did I have enough plastic left? No. No. So, I'm just looking at a different one that doesn't look so great, which is not hard to find. You know, they all were a little iffy. I think this one looks the worst. And I'm going to trace this exact same cover and then just cut it. It's super light on the pencil, so that's kind of nice. You don't have to, you have to see it, but you won't really have to erase much. That was totally not straight. Curve in the corners, quite sloppily, but that's okay. Let's see how those line up. Pretty similar. That one's a little taller, so we'll just trim it a little. Okay. So those, again, were the Dollar Tree cutting mat scraps that I had. Not really scraps. That I had made dividers for Planner Envy, which now it wouldn't work for the new Planner Envy planners because the new ones are 10 disc and last year was 9 disc. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's nice because now I can grab it from either side and just flip it easily. Okay, wow. That was like the most crafting, scrapbooking type stuff I've done in a super long time. And I think we are good. I'm gonna grab all the scraps together, kind of flip through what's left, and that can give you gals an idea of like what you would have if you do something similar like this, all the different pages that I used. And then how am I going to store this? I'm going to cut these because they're just flaps. And I still have kind of like a bookmark thing here, you know, with a tab on the top. So that's what any of these could be. I was going to make a journaling card out of this as well. So, you know, like doing some decoration here. So that is also something you can do with these scraps. I have made bookmarks from these before. They're not as sturdy as like a Laurel Denise bookmark, but they're not too bad. Look at all this stuff in the way. Okay. That scrap is a pretty border, but I don't know. You know, just anything that you would normally do with like scraps of cute paper, you can now do with like these extra scraps that you have that will work for something. This was my son playing with the alligator We Are Memory Keeping hole punch. He had a lot of fun with it. It's so satisfying to hear that click when you clop down on your page. Okay. So this is what we have left. Quite a bit. I am, should I cut it long? No, I'll just do it like this. This could also be a bookmark, just not super strong. These are strong enough. Alright. That is all for this super long, crazy video. I guess, I don't know. I just like to, so I'm just gonna pretend like you like to see it too, but I'm just gonna flip through one more time of all the fun that we had today. Oh, finally it looks like a desk again. For pity's sakes, that was getting a little crazy. So our beautiful cover, even though it says Hello 2020, I don't care because I just think this is so gorgeous, this photo. Cute little card, Merry Everything and Happy Always, before the Bible tab. And this is the Bible divider. Just really beautiful florals with that vellum on top. I did safety clip the vellum to the florals. And then this we just finished, this cover here. It makes it really easy to flip and put like just some bling florals on top of the cover to accent what's already in there. This divider we made out of a big Happy Planner divider. Anyway, I think we need a bookmark in here, which, what should we use? We have so many options. I think I'm gonna use this one. Look how pretty that is. So to make a bookmark out of something, and I thought I had a bookmark, I'm sure I have it somewhere. But to make a bookmark out of this, I'm just gonna round the corner, and again, it's not gonna be perfect. I could cut a tab up here, but I think it's pretty much gonna be kind of like a tab. Okay, and this is actually really long, so it's gonna be a little too long. I'm gonna have to trim it. So what side do I want? I like this out, you know, facing out so it looks more floral instead of hiding. So we are gonna cut it about here, guys. Sad cutting this, but okay. So we can use it and then round these corners so I don't poke myself. All right, and then I'm gonna use the alligator punch because my son locked it. Okay, there we go. The alligator punch because it is less likely to get clogged. And I think we're gonna just go down a little because we want it to hang up a little. So how much do we want it to hang up? So that's where the first punch is gonna be. And then we're gonna do 7. So 1 or 6 if we don't have enough. 2, 3. See that really rewarding click? It's like better than a stapler. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 6 will work. That might be too high. Maybe we put a 7th on there. Let's see how that one looks. That might be too low. Well, we can play with it. We can lift it up. And, yeah, I think it needs to go 1 higher. I think this side is actually higher. Yeah, we just have to go 1 higher. Let me see how tall it is. If it's like obscenely tall. It is, yeah. It has to go back down. The other thing I could do is cut and just do it again. So I could do that. Because this is all blue here, let's just do that. We'll just cut these off, go again. Trial and error. Again, if you're a crafter or a scrapbooker, you really know about trial and error. It's annoyingly frustrating. So now which side to the top? This looks like more like a tab. Maybe punch this. No, I still want these florals out. So let's try it again. This time we want it to be a little down, but not too far down. So I want it to stand up like there. Yeah. Annoying. And you can actually get 7 on there. Yeah, this time. And let's hope it's not too big. It's probably too big again. If it's too big, I'm just leaving it this time and gonna go with it. Let's see. It's definitely not as bad, right? It's just a little up now. And these are also a little up, so okay, not too bad. And that is for the Bible, yeah. So I think that works. Okay. So just having some fun repurposing a bunch of my old Happy Planner stuff with a couple new additions of vellum. Oh, we were flipping through. Oh, gals, I mean, if you can hang with these videos, I'm like super impressed. Okay, so our beautiful cover, just gorgeous. Our little card, Bible tab. Our first divider, I can pull it down here from the December. I cut it a little short, but it's still really pretty. Our cover that we made out of a Dollar Tree cutting mat. A lot of gals have done this. A little bookmark that we made out of our cover part. The other side of the cover. This gorgeous main divider, breathe in all the possibilities that today, holds, with some silver on there. We did silver out the November. Then we did make, this is my main, which is going to be horizontal, and I'm going to do my checklist. We'll set that up in a different video. This cover we cut from a big Happy Planner. Made this divider from an extra Laurel Denise backing of one of her pop-in whiteboard panels. She just had this really pretty backing. Made this divider. We covered the original divider. This divider from vellum, and then just this Happy Planner divider, which was a big divider, and we've used this for a couple of the journaling cards as well. And then this cover I did a little better getting it like even. It's a little pointy, but I mean, it doesn't look great, but you know, it looks better. And then this cute little journaling, Forever Gazing at the Stars. You can actually see it quite well on the vellum. And then here's our next divider. It actually says December. This is for work. All is calm, all is bright. The greenery and the silver doodle greenery is just so pretty. For work, it's a Nancy again. And I have a Right Side Monthly, and then I did this cute little journaling card on the vellum. that same divider from Happy Planner. And the next divider, popped in this little journaling card, Live Simply, with some stars on there. It's super cute actually. And it matches this copper foil. And again, this divider, I could have centered it a little better. So check your dividers, you know, check, measure twice, cut once, maybe measure more. And our last little divider shined just like the stars through the vellum. And then we have this little shine bright with some stars on this part that was a divider, which was actually, we just saw it, was this divider. Oops. No, which was this divider back here. If you peek, it has like the little star. We'll pull it off this way. Little star section here. And we just put the vellum on top and have this little journaling card, and that is the journal. And then for the journal, I have my Nancy for my main parts. And then I have my little private journal over here that I cut a classic Happy Planner down. In this case, for this cover, this was a classic Happy Planner divider that I covered the divider with. And this is my private journal in here, a horizontal mini, and then the cover that I didn't center up very well. But that is it. And then here is the back gorgeous cover. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. And I did all of this to force myself to use a mini for this December. And I wanted to do that so they can really make sure if I want to be in the large or the mini for 2026. So this is like the last thing. I do wish these discs were gold. That's the only thing, but I don't have them. Don't have giant gold discs. So anyway, hopefully I can decide, you know, before January how much I like a mini versus a big. And the big was very similarly done. I have a lot of Happy Planner inserts. We'll flip through it one more time because it's been forever. Since this video was started, it was like such a long video. Here's my big, and this is what gave me the idea. I have a couple extra things in my big that I don't have in the mini. That's my little dashboard thing, and this is a cover to kind of just help me fold that over without any flopping. Here is my dashboard layout planner for Happy Planner with the cover here that I thought was good enough for November. I think it's pretty for November. And here is my main, which I did do these types of dividers. So they're sideways. But this is what gave me the idea. Actually, watching like Jane's agenda video gave me the idea of having a pretty dashboard divider. But I know this is not the ideal. It's just how it fits. Which is why I wanted to go to the mini too. It's much easier to kind of customize for that. But we have this cover, my wellness, like that is a beautiful divider. We're gonna keep that afterward. And then next is this gorgeous fall divider, although fall is sideways. Just a pretty cover here with a pretty bookmark that matches. This is my work. And then we go to project, which I didn't put a divider here because I'm still using this list. Here's my project stuff. And the last thing is journal, which we won't flip through, but I did do a divider again, sideways. So it bothers me a little. I could maybe center it, you know, turn it right and center it and just have like something on the background, like cardstock or something. So I can try that with this big one later if I decide to go with this in January and February, which I really do love this. Like, it's working so well that that's why I'm really spent all the time on this one to kind of force myself to try it. But I am excited to try it, and I did do some sample pages, and the mini is going to work just fine, I hope. I mean, sample pages aren't the same as doing your full planner system in a mini, so that will be to be determined. But that is it, gals. This is how it looks from the top. And this is just December in here. Super fun and bulky here. Oh, I did forget I do have some Post-its back here. In back, just these little ones, not like a whole Post-it board. I might make a Post-it board if I decide to stay in the mini. Not might, I will if I decide to stay in the mini for January and February. I have a January mini set up, but not February. So this is gonna help me determine. I just really wanna go into 2026 a little stronger and not like floundering around and worrying about my planners. But I know I mentioned this before, I'm just gonna say it one more time. If I did not have this like out wrap of the Laurel Denise where I can see the month the whole time, like none of the other planners have made sense to me over all of these years. Like I've made them work, I've, you know, dealt with them. But once I got this one with the monthly over here, anything else can come in here as inserts because I still have my base that works for my brain. So any other inserts can come in here. And that's a great thing about Laurel Denise. You can buy any of her inserts and pop them in here. You can use your mini inserts if you put it on discs. You can buy her inserts from her website and pop them in her coil planner. She has made it so that that can be a thing. So the last thing I'm going to do is just give my code again, although it is in the description below, and so is the link. Timbre 10 will save you 10% on anything Laurel Denise. If you like anything that you saw, you can still customize Laurel Denise, and that's the thing that really got me wanting to buy is you can Frankenplan and you can customize. You really can with any planner, I guess. It's just how, you know, you got to figure out how. So yeah, once I have my base where I can see my monthly at all times, and I know this covers like a little more, but this cover makes it so easy to just flip and see Friday and Saturday, then I can do anything else in the middle. I just need my wrap, what I call the Laurel Denise wrap, for all of my planners, and I'm pretty happy, gals. Pretty happy. So let me know if you're gonna do some customization in your planners, if you have a Laurel Denise or whatever you have. If you have a disc planner, it's obviously a lot easier to customize, and there are a lot of fun things that you can do with some of your old planner pages. So let me know what you gals are up to in your planners. Thanks so much for joining me today on Timbre with a Plan. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.